This isn't that difficult of a task.
We're managing to make it look it.
Hey, if you're new here, we're Ben and Shelley, and we're in the process of building our dream home on wheels. It's not our first van, but this one's bigger, smarter, and a little bit fancy. So far we've soundproofed and insulated, fitted ceiling fans and water tanks, built the ultimate pull-up bed, and sorted a full off-grid electrical setup. With Shelley's dad Terry helping out on the tools, we're slowly piecing together our ultimate off-grid van, one project at a time. So today we're making boxes and drawers.
Kitchen cabinets. So this is our deep drawer on the bottom. It is just deep enough. Well, this isn't the normal to hold our normal milk carton that we get. So we've measured it for that. And then we've got a drawer on the top that's just deep enough to hold cans, so like tins and stuff. And then the other two are just remainder of what's left over, about a decent sized drawer anyway. We're gonna make the drawers like a box and then put a nice front on the front that matches with all the doors. So we're just gonna make it like a box. So these bits on the front here are gonna be covered, which means we have a nice even edge on the side. So when I made the desktops up, I was off by about 1 millimeter despite using the angle. So I was doing a little bit of work on my box making skills. It's harder than you think. 1 mil off really does make a difference, especially when it's going in a tight space like this. So let's show you a way to fix it. This is just a sacrificial bench, as Dad named it. Screwdriver. We have 3 specific screwdrivers and about 3 drills. We can't find any of them.
So you just make sure that this next one is absolutely spot on. Make sure this is perfectly square.
Okay. Yeah, starting to trust me, Dad, not moving your fingers.
It's only a little fill.
Jesus, stuff is so much easier to screw through than normal ply.
Okay, so now instead of trying to juggle your square and hold your bits up, make sure this is right.
It's going to make a square.
Yeah, so that's a bit easier than trying to hold the square at the same time.
So we've done drawer number 1 and I'm going to test fit it, but in order to help test fitting it, I got this jig for drawer sliders. So like the jig we made up for the right angle there, we've been using jigs for the latches. Makes life easier. So let's see if this was worth the 50 bucks. Verdict, love them. All you do is stick them on, and because they've got a little jig that comes out, it's automatically straight. You just measure up how far you want it, shove it on, and put some clamps on. And then you can screw it really easily. But what is also great about them, you can somehow do it out this way. I've just got to figure out how. There is a way. Maybe I'll have to read the instructions.
What would be the pros of doing that?
So when it comes out here, you can put the board on it out here. We can put the drawer on it out here, and then it stays steady and you don't have to hold it up. I need to read the instructions. Oh, I don't think it uses the right angle thing on the other side. After much dilemma, I think currently the only way to mount these this way is so they have their right angle is flush up against this. So I just have to move these down so the box is at the right height, switch them around, put the clamps on, and now we can attach this way. For ease, I'm just measuring this right to the front. You can obviously put them at any height. I don't know where we went wrong, but we definitely went wrong. It should not be crooked. This gap should be even. Oh, but it works. It's the right dimensions. All I was testing was the dimensions. Okay, so working out which side is wrong, and it's this side because look at the gap there. This is a perfect amount of gap. This fits nicely in here, and it comes out and it slides really, really well, and there's a couple of mil gap there. However, Ben just made a very good point. We haven't put the floor on this, which is another 3.6 mil. So basically, I just wanted to put the drawer sliders on now and test my measurements of my box because they're very precise, like 343 and 514 or whatever it was. So I'm happy that these are going to work. So I'm going to take it apart, I'm going to put all the floors on, and then I'll be able to come back, and with the floor on and then that jig, it'll bring it up that extra 4 mil. So I'm happy this is going to work once I figure out where I went wrong here. But I'm going to get back and make the other 4 boxes, 3 boxes to go up here. And this bottom section isn't actually being used because this is where our diesel heater vent is going to come out. So it's a bit of dead space here. Don't know what we're going to use it for. This is the only bit of dead space in the van. We thought we had some small dead space on the desk, but we're actually putting a wireless charger and a super fast laptop charger in there as well. So literally we've got no wasted space. This will be the only wasted space, and I just don't want to make a drawer that big. It's just not going to be useful and worth the money for the slides. So all right, let's get boxing. You should always glue. It does make a big difference because we've had to pull some things apart just to add to the list of things we've done wrong. And the glue really sticks it together. Like, you can take all the nails and screws out and it's still stuck together with the glue. So yeah, it's definitely worth it. Okay, we're in our final box now. We're just going through all the offcuts that we can. You can see this was a test piece of paint that we had, so we sanded that back, but does come up with a better trick so we can have a right angle on the top and bottom, making it even more accurate. So you glue your piece together and put it in our jig all together. This doohickey, which is like a right angle for picture frames, so you just swing it in to make it tight on each end. I'll show you. So it just goes on here, get them nice and tight, and just swing this. So push it in at the bottom so we know it's a right angle at the bottom because of the jig we made up, and this, we can actually use this top and bottom, but we just thought of it, so this keeps it nice and square. So it basically negates the need for someone holding it, and it's a bit more accurate. Obviously, practice makes perfect with this stuff. Alright, last box, let's put it all together. Box number 4 done. And just use a wet rag. Doesn't have to be white, just to wipe off the glue before it dries, because otherwise you have to sand it off. It comes off super easy. Okay, now we have to clean up this entire bench. The shed is a mess, and cut some 3mm for the bottom, which will keep them nice and small. We're not going to lose anything, and because it's got solid 15mm right around, it'll be plenty strong enough. Plenty. Ta-da! Ta-da! Here's our boxes. Honestly, a few years ago, it took me literally like a whole day to make one box. I made this in like half a day. Well, a whole day, but a lot of distractions.
The following day.
Good morning. It's clearly another day. We have showered. That's a first. Not a first when you're renovating. It makes you question living in a van because you need to have showers every day, if not multiple times a day, because you get so sweaty. Anyway, so we have made the outside of the boxes and we have cut all the bases up. So these are just out of the 3.6mm ply, and all we're going to do, just a bit of glue, nail gun on all the sides, and then just screw it in the corners here. But something I've learned is that a box, if it doesn't have a bottom, can torque a bit either way. So before putting the back on, and this is what I did wrong when I was making the desks, I've just got to make sure it's super square as we get that on. So we'll shove it in our jig that we made yesterday, and then just shove, I've just got the triangle, it's called a square, I always call it a triangle, in the other opposite corner, just to make sure that's square and this side's square. Pretty simple, but really pushing it in to make sure that they're square is just going to keep our box nice, and that's especially important because this will be running on slides. Alright, let's get our glue. And we've slightly overestimated the size of the drawer front going back to front, which is fine because I gave it about 10-15 mil at the back. So I'll just make it flush across the front, a little bit overhang at the back. You can always plane it down, but we'll do it like this. And I suck at nail gunning. Okay, it's overhanging by more than I realised. By like 3 mil. Ugh. It's a weekend, I shouldn't be doing this. Okay, well, Ben suss around with that. I'm going to work on the last two, and then we'll come back to you with the drawer slides. Hopefully feeling a bit better. Happy that's square?
I've just been going around and doing them all, nailing it. Not literally, because the machine's been out of nails the whole time. I'm such a fool.
Nail gun's going to be the end of us today. Here you go. So we got one drawer in, and other than being tight to get out because we have no finger holes, but there is going to be a latch on this. Ugh. It works really well. I haven't got all the screws in because I'm going to have to take it all out to paint. This is just to measure them out and make it, check that everything is right. Then we've put this 15, this looks like 18 mil. I didn't cut up 18 mil, did I? Oh, bugger. I put 18 mil, not 15 mil.
What's that one?
I was supposed to put 15 mil in between. I will change that because we don't want to waste space. And then this is where the latch, I'll get the latch. These are the RV Lab latches that we've got. They're super, super good. We'll do a video installing these, explaining how they work. We're really happy with them. But it's got a little thing up the top. You simply countersink that in, and then it attaches to this, and they stay locked while you're driving, and to open it you just pull it. They're really, really awesome, and they look pretty, but I need to change that to 15 mil because we are running short on size. So let's do that, and then we'll get back to the drawer slides. Okay, fixed. So we've got the 15 mil in there for the latch, and then we're going to put the next one on. We've measured down to here. Oh, it'll be a different measurement now. It'll be 3 mil higher. So we're just going to measure 10 mil down, and that'll give us a 10 mil gap up here. I think worked on the first one. Right. So this little doohickey sits against the door frame, whatever you want to call it, like this, and because it's got a right angle, it means it has to be straight. So we'll slide up against that on our mark, which is going to be slightly above. So this one goes this way, and as you can see, it's got this little dint out, so the line's going to be here, so it's going to be half a centimeter above. And then when we put the box on, it'll be half a centimeter below, giving us that 10 mil. That doesn't make sense. Somehow this gives us the 10 mil at the start. I'm overtired. Math is, it works. Okay, now they're clamped on and even. Yes, even eyeballing it is somehow even now. Now we grab our drawer slides. Right, now you just simply put, obviously, the back of the drawer slide to the back, pull it out, screw it in. And for ease, I'm just lining up the front of the drawer slide with the front of the drawer, which means no more measuring. We'll do the other side, and then we spin them out. But basically, these work by allowing you to put the slides on perfectly straight without measuring up and holding them in place. They're a pain in the bum to do, but these make it a lot easier and quicker. So our 4-line system obviously didn't work, and we've measured off the wrong line, giving us not enough space. Alright, I'm gonna have something to eat and problem solve after. Right, we came up with a solution. We don't want to retake the drawer slides off because can't be bothered, so we just got 10 mils of packers and are just moving the clamps down by 10 mil, and then we'll have a gap on the top. Fingers crossed. This isn't that difficult of a task.
But we managed to make it look it.
This is what happens when we're left alone. Okay, test fit number 10. Alright, okay. Dad came in and said, "That's looking good, Shell." And that is like the highest of compliments.
No way that went in.
It's perfect. As I gave myself a fright.
We get a drawer from.
Now, let's hope I got my measurements right and that bottom one fits. So, the part we've done a very bad job of explaining. It is simple. We are just, as you've noticed, terrible at this today.
Certified amateurs.
That's it. Literally, chuck it up onto that, that's straight, pull it out, then this is good. Biggest thing is, you've just got to make sure this blue thing is completely in line on the inside. Should definitely. Oh, that's right where my finger is.
Well, your finger is right where the sample needs to go.
Cool. Now chuck the drawer on and go for it. As you can see, we've got roughly 10 mil, so enough for it to slide in and out. Because we're going to put a face on this and it's going to cover across here, this door needs to come out slightly, jut out slightly, like 1/2 mil past here, so the front can go across it and not be. Moment of truth, like that. Yeah, I only did a few screws. Here, I just need to screw the back up properly, just because we have to take all of this apart, prime it and paint it. I was trying to not put too many holes in, but I have to.
Screw it. Yes.
Oh.
What have we got, Shell? Show us.
Almost perfect drawers.
Look at them. That's good.
Hey. I was exhausted. This one's like a mil off, but hey.
Good.
It's a bit tight. Well, you need to do micro adjustments and stuff on the drawer slides, but they all need to be painted. Ta-da! Okay, happy.
1 week later.
So, I'm sick this weekend, and I picked up something from my mum works in childcare, so I clearly picked up a bug from her. But anyway, I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna get off the couch. I'm gonna stop watching TV, and I'm gonna make this next set of drawers so I can fit my coffee machine and air fryer in there. Simple task, couple hours work. Let's get it done. Go in, measure it up. Something's not adding up here. When we made all of our drawers, we forgot to take into consideration that we had to leave room for the drawer slides, which is about 20 to 30 mil. So we are off by about this much, but the air fryer and coffee machine won't fit. So all those drawers that I'm so proud of making have to be cut down and shaved down, and we have to move the little piece in the middle across. But we've come up with a plan. Just the one thing I made, I was so proud to make, but that's okay. We can fix it, and I can't problem solve today, so I'm gonna leave that to the boys. To the boys, and they fix it. Let's go.
So as Shelley might have said, we had to remake, and we've had to take apart the entire kitchen unit because we didn't account for the drawer slides. So we just counted, it was 46 nails and 91 screws later. We're back to the bare bones. So that's fun. So now we've got to make it. So this centerpiece is just here. 30 mil. Or fun. That one. Classic. So on top of taking the whole thing apart to shift the middle partition across 30 mil, what we've had to do is take all of those lovely boxes that Shelley and I made the other day and trim them all back by 30 mil or so. So taking one edge off of them all, chuck them on the saw, slice them up. Now we got to probably rebuild a whole new front because we glued it and some of them got a bit buggered, and then we will stick them back on and then go through and rebuild the whole thing again. What a bore. But it'll be all good when it's done. I'm fine. It's fine. Yeah, I'm fine.
Totally fine. I don't know why it's coming out all loud and squeaky, because really, I'm fine.
And it's another absolutely stinking hot day today, so. Taking shape once again. See, this is the adjustment. Not much, but required dismantling the entire unit. Well, there we go. It's 5 o'clock. Terry and I are back where we started this morning, pretty much. So what we've done is I'll run you through it. So first of all, we took the whole thing apart, which meant all of the structural internal pieces, took them all out, moved the central division board, moved that across 30mm. We then had to take all the boxes apart, well not all of them, but we took the one edge off, cut the boxes back also by 30mm, repiece it all together, restick the boxes back together, and yeah. We had to find new edges, which is why these are looking much nicer than our previously dodgy painted pieces, because with the wood glue and the screws and stuff, they were just pretty screwed. So new pieces, nice new pieces. So tomorrow we're gonna tackle putting them in, fitting it, and finishing off the unit. But we also need to paint them, so there's that to bear in mind as well. Alright, ta-da! So on that note, we'll wrap up this episode here. If you enjoyed this, or simply feel sorry for all of our hard work, drop a like and comment and hit that subscribe button. New episodes out every Friday, so tune in next week as we make more progress on our van, and no doubt something else will go wrong along the way. See you then.
Not gone quite to plan just yet.
Do you see what I did wrong? I picked. Can you see that this only goes back to here and it should go back to here? Yeah. I just picked up the next piece of timber. Wrong one, mate. Wrong one. I did it. It's such a good right angle too. It's an absolute rookie mistake. Here I was thinking to myself like, oh, yeah. Considering, you know, when we made the Subaru 3 years ago, like I couldn't even make a box. Now look at me go. Yeah, still can't make a box, eh?